Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome one, welcome all to Alpha Pro Series. I will be your host for this whole event. You can call me Swagger, aka Mr. 789, whichever one you so prefer. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to the series like I was just talking about 2 seconds ago. Oh boy, gotta stretch out the back. Should have done this beforehand as part of the pre-stream test, but you know what? I didn't know that my vertebrae were gonna be in such a knot. Oh my god. Alright, looks as though ArT is going to need 5 minutes, which reminds me, if you weren't here for the pre-roll that was just going on for the past 28 million hours, it's gonna be ArT versus Future, which is, as you guys may tell, is gonna be a pretty fun match, if I do say so myself. I'm sure you guys all know about Future, but I don't know if ArT has its own Wikipedia page. Let me see. I think so, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yes, he does. Alright. He is a Polish Protoss player and a big fan of Kim Eugene, otherwise known as SOS. SOS, obviously my favorite player too, so ArT definitely has got that good mentality, I'm thinking. Now, if you are a big fan of SOS, then you probably have a good a certain strategy you like to play towards. Now, I'm not trying to say he's going to be more one way or another, but the thing is, generally you want to play like your favorite players, right? At least that's the mentality, and SOS is a very, let me see if I can do everything to my opponent kind of guy, right? He's like the kind of, he wants to squeeze as much out of StarCraft, as much StarCraft juice out of the game as possible, so, probably going to be seeing something like that. Mass Oracle's probably not something as crazy as that, but hey, I would love to see a cup of cheeses mix in, as well as a couple of long-ass macro games. Future's having a little bit of a lag problem, so again, we're going to go ahead and wait for him for just a little second, but yeah. How are you guys doing in chat? Everybody doing good? I hope you guys are doing great. We have an amazing series to go ahead and show to you guys. Oh, Enki says, Picante el show match, which, Picante is spicy. So, Picante el show match, spicy the show match. I guess so. Yes, it is. It is going to be a spicy show match. Thank you, Enki. Yep. Oh, looks as though we are, again, just going to go ahead and wait for a little bit. The first map is going to be Automaton. Now, it seems to be like a pretty common theme against players nowadays. They like to pick Automaton as the first map, and honestly, just looking at it, I mean, it's a pretty standard map, ain't it? Like, this is just, like, what is there not to like about this? There's a little bit of everything for everyone in that map. And I like it, how there's like a match, well, like, there's always a map in that map pool that everyone's just kind of like, okay, I can deal with this. That everyone kind of deals with, you know? And it looks as though Automaton is going to be that. Now, both players probably just want to feel each other out. If I'm not mistaken, Future is a Terran player, right? I mean, Future is just such a Terran sounding name, so yeah. Oh, actually, there is one. There's actually 2 Futures that's showing up on the Wikipedia page. One that used to play for Fox Open Esports. Probably not talking about that guy. But yeah. Oh my god, he beat Astria 4-2. Our very own Alpha X's Astria 4-2 over at the NA Apprentice around a month ago. So, ooh, time for some good old-fashioned Alpha X revenge on this guy, right? So, secretly, fingers crossed for our boy ArT, but again, I expect Future to show a very strong series. Now, I don't have too much of an idea on the playstyle of both of these guys. Both are kind of new names to me, as I'm sure are new names to most of our viewers. But I'm curious to see. Again, I'm expecting a very diverse, wide playstyle from our friend ArT and Future. I don't know, maybe just typical NA Terrans. Those NA Terrans, man, they really do love to just drop everywhere, don't they? I mean, like Masa, I know, drops just all over the goddamn place. And, spider webs on my thing. There we go. But yeah, I hope we see a lot of drop play. Drop play is always very entertaining to watch. A lot of Terrans, actually, it doesn't happen as much as you would think, drop play nowadays. I don't know why, but it's just something about it. Maybe they're like worried that, oh, if I just drop all over the place in the Protoss defense, then I'm behind. Well, yeah, but like, even in really high levels, some very, very simple, very basic drops can do absolutely admonishing amounts of damage. So, I mean, it's not too risky, right? And the Protoss player is always going to have less than you, unit-wise. So, just being able to split them up and make them lose on one front is pretty advantageous. So, fingers crossed for that. Go ahead and get some water. As you can see, the lobby is starting to fill up. We have Enki, or rather we have Future already in here. Just gonna go ahead and wait on ArT. Future says go when he's ready. He says I'm always ready. It's very good. And ArT is gonna go ahead and elect not to join the lobby. What, is he too cool for us? I mean, he does have 700 career games. That's pretty cool. No. He has more than that. He has more than that. He's a very good player. I think he is mainly on a different server, maybe the thing. I don't know. I actually want to get more information on this ArT fellow. So let me go ahead and pull up a Ligulag here, just so we can go and get some more information. Not a Ligulica, a Ligulag. A Ligulag notoriously slow website, but what are you gonna do? ArT. Oh no, wait, it's AR capital T, not AR lower T. So players and their capitalizations, I swear, like innovation does it. Oh my gosh, look. AR capital T. Oh, wait. Ah, he showed up, AR capital T for Alpha X. Yep, he's a Polish player. So probably plays in the European region a lot, so that's probably it. One's on European, one's in NA. We generally play on the NA server, East Side server. Kind of fair for everyone. Let's see. Can ArT join the lobby? There you go. Please perform the search, StarCraft search engine. I would love you so much. Hey, there we go. So ArT ranked 74 in the world, the 44th non-Korean. And he is... How many matches has he played? 1,100? Yeah, okay, never mind. It looked like isn't really too good about the amount of matches you've ever played. But other than that, it's pretty good. You can see he has a slow rise. Definitely a good amount of money made. It's $3,000, of course, nothing to sneeze at. Everyone likes to make money playing StarCraft, right? Who wouldn't like to make money playing StarCraft? So overall, very solid player. Seems as though PvZ is his actually most difficult matchup here. We're at a 58% win rate, but hey, still not pretty bad. I know my worst matchup is PvP. ArT's best matchup is PvP though. So yeah, everyone just has that one thing. I don't know how I managed to... oh my god, we're getting invaded by Koreans in chat. Oh no! Well, I mean, then again, it is a Africa, so... primarily Korean streaming service, gonna be lots of Koreans. I should learn at least some Korean. That would be fun, right? I feel like I should learn at least a little bit. Baxter says there's no future with ArT without ArT. Okay. So yeah, just waiting on ArT. Having some technical difficulties. Difficulties of the technical variety. La 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 la. Yeah, I'll learn Korean one of these days, you guys. So, DXCO, Wanderer, SAS7577. I'll one day be able to interact with you guys, I promise. One of these days. Until then, I'm just gonna stick with randomly copy-pasting a message to Google Translate. Ha 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 ha. Your secrets aren't safe with me. Let's see. Tilanyan ilden gajima banchado dong inde. Pronunciation obviously not there, but I think it's pretty cool. Languages I've always liked. Oh, never mind. I don't have to stall for any more time. ArT's here. All right, rock and roll. Rock and roll, boys. We're almost ready to jump on in. So, let's just go ahead and switch around the lobby a little bit and we will be fine. Oh, who's the host? Oh, that's Enki. Just waiting on Enki then. and key. And key. Oh, never mind. He already did that. Okay, cool. Let's rock and roll. Ooh, my elbow hurts for some reason. Oh, that's what happens when you get older. Your joints just start hurting. You can feel the weather in your knees or something stupid like that. There we go. Alright, we're about to begin. So folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, let's go ahead and jump on into the first game of this week's Alpha Pro Series. With a brand new, awesome, amazing logo on the top right hand side of the screen. Just look at that. Wow, so pretty, so beautiful, right? Alrighty. Well, oh my god, no caster settings? What is this, amateur hour? Here we go. Oh, forgot again. Cursor size. Down to itsy witsy bitsy mousy wousy. And let's go. Crap, now I'm thinking this cursor is cute. Look at this cute cursor, man. Oh, he's having so much fun. Alright. Okay, let's just go ahead and introduce everyone before I make more of a fool of myself. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position of Automaton, representing Alpha X, it is our very own ArT. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand position of Automaton, representing IXG Pro, it is the Red Terran player, Future. And we are off. Hopefully, should be up and ready to go for a great series. Kind of interesting positioning. I want to talk about straight off the bat where ArT is placing his gateway. Generally, you see a lot of pro players and a lot of people just generally tend to prefer keeping their walling off this part over here on Automaton. And what that does is that just makes dealing with the Reaper so much easier, you know. You go ahead and just patrol and add up over here, and the Reaper can't really jump up and harass that mineral line up over there if you're walled off down here. So generally that's what we do. I'm not sure about the reasoning behind this gateway placement. Probably just doesn't want to. I can see it. Okay, I can see it like if he's getting pushed on the low ground. Let's say Terran puts a couple of tanks over here. Or, you know, whatever. He can go ahead and take out his panel, which would be really, really known for his production. So I guess that's one of the possible positives of that positioning. Future, meanwhile, mixing things up a little bit, opting for a faster factory, 0 Reaper. Instead, going to go ahead and opt to scout with that SCV. And honestly, yeah, I don't see the big deal behind scouting with, you know, an SCV versus a Reaper. I mean, you're not going to scout the tech, but like, hey, you save a couple of minerals, a little bit of gas, and you get that earlier factory. Honestly, it's just a very stylistic thing. We see Future wants to just go straight away into his plans of that fast tech build to be a 1-1-1 by the looks of it. I don't know what the hell else would this be. I've never seen like 1 barracks, 1 factory, and then like 2 more barracks, and then they just go, right? If you get the factory, 99% of the time, there's going to be a starport to accompany, right? Actually, that's not always true. Never mind, forget it. 2 Hellions now on the way, so in lieu of a Reaper, well, yeah, there's going to be a starport in this case, but yeah, in lieu of a Reaper, he's going to get those earlier Hellions. They're going to come out maybe like 10-15 seconds earlier, hit a little bit faster, and honestly, very powerful against the Stargate, especially if they open up Phoenix, and especially if they don't wall off in. So, ArT actually going to go ahead and be in a little bit of pain for the first couple of minutes of this game as Future. Although he has tipped his hand, you know, ArT knows that this Hellion's out and about. It is still going to be a tough hold should Future decide to move across the map. ArT, what is he going? Nowhere? Come on, bro, behave yourself. I'll give you a little spank with my little mousy cursor. There you go. And there we go. So he actually does start walling on off. So that's definitely very good. He probably needs 1 more gateway. But he's currently got Phoenixes right now. Is he going to get that other gateway? Let's see. Now, this isn't a full wall off over here. What's this basically going to do is just force the Hellions to come on through one specific way. Or what he can do is drop a pylon right there, keep these adepts on a hold position, and that's going to wall off the Hellions. However, there was a proxy starport for the more observant of you out there, which is obviously not me. And the Hellions instead are going to drop onto the main base and begin roasting up these probes with that beautiful WCS game mode overlay, so we can see just exactly how much ArT is going to try. 13 probes going down already, and these Hellions are nowhere near finished. Gonna go and pick themselves up 15. One more shot brings that number up to 17. 17 probes going on down. What a tragedy. That is an entire mineral line just wiped from the face of the earth. All for the low price of 1 medevac and 4 Hellions. Now, obviously, ArT does have some counterattack potential, but, you know, Future's already going for Cyclones, already preparing his defenses back at home. No bunker on the low ground, so definitely not respecting it all that much. The possibility of ArT just warping in 3 more adepts, you know, shading across the map, seeing what he can do. And actually, I would actually love to see that, but not going to be the case so far. ArT patrolling with his Phoenixes. I think he tried to find the proxy starport and scout it up here, but unfortunately it is down on this right hand side, so not going to find it. And actually getting a Liberator and a Viking. Liberator I have a better understanding of, but Viking's a little bit curious. I guess he wants to start dealing with the Phoenixes, but Phoenixes don't really care about Vikings this early on in the game. Now ArT's picking up SB, he's getting some good damage, but he notices that there's no army responding. And there's no army responding, that means the army is on the opposite side of the map. And would you look at that? No shield batteries actually starting just yet for ArT. Instead he turns on the Forge, and also going to lose a couple of probes to this Liberator. Looks like a little bit of a rough start to the second wave of aggression for ArT. Now, thankfully he does have no tanks with this push. Does Future. It's a little bit less scary. It's a little bit more breakable, but still definitely not something you want to be seeing. Can't even mine from his natural base because of this Liberator. That is so annoying. ArT is up. Or ArT is down 10 workers on top of it all. So just a rough start for him for this game so far. Future can go and start directing his pressure to the surface location. These Stalkers probably should be able to defend this, especially with the reinforcements of the these flying doodads, which are known as Phoenixes. We're gonna go ahead and push him away from that third base from now. Couple more sentries to kind of deny position for the Terran player, and Future's push is going to go ahead and have to come back for the time being. These Vikings I really don't get, especially against these many Phoenixes. I mean, like, one Phoenix can kind of take down a Viking. I actually, shit, I forgot actually what wins in a 1v1, a Viking or a Phoenix. I think a Phoenix wins a 1v1, or if not, it's really close. So, I mean, you're just never really going to get that Viking count to contest the Phoenixes, and by the time you do, you know, is it even worth it at that point? Oh, almost picks down. A medevac going to go and sacrifice 2 Phoenixes for really nothing, actually. I mean, yeah, that was a little bit greedy from ArT. Every single Phoenix here counts so immensely, and when you lose that many Phoenixes, well, now the Vikings can start to shut you down, and now you kind of have to try this a little bit. Another Phoenix going down. These Phoenixes have done pretty much nothing for it except for those first couple of SCV kills early on in the match. He needs to really respect them just a little bit more. Now a stronger, more healthier push coming onto this third base for Future. It's going to go ahead and drag the mine, trying to drag it into the army, but unfortunately he was not able to get it right. ArT now has almost a sixth of the army by his Future, and Future is just going to steamroll through this army. I don't think there's really much ArT can do. Yeah, GG is called, and Future is going to go ahead and be game number 1's victor. Now, thankfully, this format is winner chooses, so ArT's gonna have the opportunity to see what map he wants to run back next. I mean, honestly, that looked like a very clean build from Future. It's very strong. Of course, you can't really take too much away from him, but, you know, ArT, on the flip side of it, you know, losing a million probes at the beginning. Oh, apparently we're getting directions to go to the EU channel, same server, same channel, so we're gonna quickly switch on over. But yeah, losing 17 probes in the beginning, and then on top of that, losing your Phoenixes while not really doing all that much. I mean, it's a little rough. Honestly, if I were ArT, I would have tried delaying that Forge just a little bit. Maybe prioritized getting, you know, getting up a couple more gateways, stopped probe protection a little bit earlier, but honestly, it's a very hard call to make. Especially when you're losing Phoenixes and probes left and right. So let's see if we can go ahead. Alpha Pro Series. If it works on this chat. Why does it work on EU and not NA. I'll never know. Oh, yep. Now I'm part of the clan here. Woohoo! Oh, actually, we have Hearthstone in the thing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Howdy, Hearthstone. What are you doing here? In our amazing Pro Series chat. Oh, that's right. Earlier today, there was a Clem versus Hearthstone show match. That's right. Ah, I wonder if I add him as a friend, will he accept me? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be really cool. What am I talking about? I don't know. Oh, look at. Oh, actually, so I'm just looking at Hearthstone. I'm entranced by him. So ArT chooses Port Alexander, which, you know, obviously I think is going to be a very natural choice to go ahead and move on going forward in the series. There's still a lot of good proxy spots in pretty much every single map on the map pool, but Port Alexander, it's a little bit of a bigger map. There's the rush distance is a little bit longer, and it's a little bit more defensible. Your natural ramp is defended by ramps. So you can go ahead and just get a couple sentries, a couple of stalkers, and really not have to worry about those, you know, early mid-game pushes. So, definitely see why he wanted to do that. Port Alexander. Again, we didn't really get to see ArT's game plan all too much. We did see kind of remnants of what he wanted to try. We saw that he wanted to try and pick up, you know, some Phoenix play into Blink and +1. Honestly, I think if you're going Phoenixes, a very natural transition is going to be Colossus, since Colossus struggles to have stuff on the ground, and the Phoenixes can definitely not only pick up stuff on the ground when they try and stem on top of the Colossus, but they're very good against Vikings, especially when the Terran player tries to go ahead and counter them. They're also good against defending against drops, which again, Colossus play notoriously is only good at being one place at one time. But yeah, I mean, just taking so much damage, it seems as though ArT really couldn't execute his game plan as much as he wanted to. So hopefully we can see more of that in this game over here. It is Port Alexander again. It is a bigger map, so I think both players are going to have more of a chance to really show each other what they want to pull out. And again, Future probably doesn't want to go ahead and pull out the same build twice, or at least open up super proxy aggressively twice. Or maybe he does. I mean, I know what I'm saying sounds like very non-substantial and pretty useless. And it is. Trust me, guys, it really is. But, I mean, some people are just like that. Some people just kind of do whatever they want every series. They act like each game they play is a best of one, basically. And I wonder if Future's that kind of guy. Oh, I hope he is. That'd be so cool. Let me take a quick sippy sip of my water here. Up to 75 concurrent viewers, folks. Thank you to everyone for tuning on in. Gonna go and give you guys a quick thank you. Mwah. Though I don't know why I kiss you as a form of a thank you. If anything, that'd be more like a signal for you guys to get on out of here, right? No one wants swag art kisses. No, 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 no. Not since Valentine's Day. Oh my god, I just reminded myself. I made a Valentine's Day video like 2 years ago. Oh my god, it was so cringe. I was talking about this with Potato Pleb on our, what were we doing? We were freaking casting like the GSL, BJ Destruction Star League, or something like that. And, oh my god, he was giving me so much shit for it too. Rightfully so. But that's not what this game is about. This game is about, ArT versus, oh, I ruined it. This game is about the Terran player spawning in the bottom right-hand position of Port Alexander. Representing IXG, it is Future. IXG, otherwise known as Infinity Gaming, as I can tell by looking at this logo over here. I definitely did not know what that stood for beforehand. Meanwhile, when you look at this, it's pretty much just read and say it. You don't even have to guess, because spawning the top left-hand position of Port Alexander, representing the light baby pink Protoss player, it is Alpha X's very own ArT. With that cool Zest is Best sexy boy logo himself. See, Alpha X players are so secure in their team identity. We don't need a like logo for ourselves to be spinning around. We just put up sexy boy Zest and we're fine with that. We let our actions speak for ourselves. So, Port Alexander. Again, I know I've said this like a million times already, but it is a very large map, and more importantly, as far as Protoss goes, it's a very defensible map, I think, if you're talking about PvT. Third base is not too far away, and taking a fourth base over here can shut down a lot of potential draw play that Terrence can try and go for. I mean, you keep the majority of your army just kind of situated right here, and then you really have a pretty quick time looping back around, trying to get to your natural. Main base, of course, is a little bit exposed, but it's going to be like that in pretty much any map. You can actually just go for Phoenixes like I was doing last game. I think Phoenixes would also be a very strong opening on Port Alexander. Just because Phoenixes do struggle against on shorter maps, I feel, when there's more pushes, there's more opportunities for the channel player to take advantage of the low ground numbers of the Protoss. It just seems like Phoenixes are super solid the bigger the map, so... Although I would love to see that, ArT is going to go ahead and pick up that Twilight Council. Future, again, going to go ahead and open up with that Marine, and I actually wonder, I know 99% of the time he's not going to, but if ArT wants to play the Super Mind Games game, he can be like, oh, Future didn't open up with the Reaper, he's not going to scout my tech, I should go for Dark Templar drops. And while I haven't seen that in like forever in PvT, I would absolutely adore to see that right now. I mean, it's going to be Blink. I know it's going to be Blink. Yeah, see, look, Blink is starting on up, but hey, man can dream, can't he? Man can dream. And I'm just going to go ahead and buy some time against his Hellions. Try and save its life. Going to go ahead and start attacking one Hellion here. It's going to get some damage on that. But it is going to go ahead and go down. ArT, it's available information that it is going to be Hellions. So it's going to go ahead and start falling off here. Needs another, there we go, needs a pylon, and then he can just take this Zealot or this Stalker and just, you know, how should I explain this? Plug the drain, as it were, you know. You know those little things they have in sinks where you can like put it in and twist it a certain way, and on like the drain, and like stops water from like coming out. No? Nobody knows what I'm talking about? Okay, well, there's things in the drain that does that. I feel like that's what Zealots can do. Quick first-person camp here in case you guys are wondering about ArT. When in reality I just made a mistake and figured, hey, why not look at what this guy's doing. So Future, opening up its Hellions into Banshee, a very technical opening. Not gonna kill Future, but definitely ArT, but definitely looking to do at least a substantial amount of probe damage. Opening with this Blink though, I like it. It's very defensive, especially with this Strobel quickly afterwards. You can get that Observer out nice and quickly. You don't really have to worry about losing to pretty much anything early on in the early stage of the match, unless you're facing up against some really weird cheese. So I like ArT, very defensive, very able to deflect whatever Future wants to do. Oh, ArT's gonna go ahead and try and take this fourth base, or at the third base. Hellions scout out that Future, or rather ArT is looking for that, and gonna go and shut them down accordingly. Stalkers take down the Hellions, and so far a pretty solid game from ArT. Really gotta watch those chronos on the probes. I'd love to see him ideally around, you know, maybe 40, you know, 48-ish, 50 probes by now. But then again, some people don't like to oversaturate that natural, so I can see why. So now that these Blink Stalkers are done, there is something that's being done that I really don't like, but is technically the right thing to do, and that is ArT is staying back home with the Stalkers, and as soon as I say that, he moves across the map with the Stalkers, which is technically not the right thing to do because there are Banshees, so you know what, let's just say I know nothing. Big shocker. Recall comes on down for the Observer, and the Stalkers are forced to blink on back home, but not before 6 probes end up going down. ArT does not... Oh, this is a mistake. If you see a Banshee coming this way, you know pretty much right away that it's going back to the main. That was just a plain and simple mistake from ArT, and not even pulling the probes, not even trying to slow down the damage from this Banshee. 12 worker kills going on down, and the Banshee is gonna go ahead, chill on back there. Just chill. Not even do anything. ArT brings his whole army back to defend against it. Future obviously not gonna go ahead and take the bait. And yeah, keeping all of his Stalkers in one place, not the smartest thing to do. Just keep a couple over here, ArT, because Future is pushing at this natural base location with the Banshee as well, and just ArT's defense is just looking so not very solid at the moment. Already 18 probes going down, if I'm not mistaken. Can I pull up a thing? 19 actually. Ooh la la. Oh, what's with those scan? Oh, oh, that's cute. He was trying to get the Observer. Oh, Future. Oh, poor you. But anyways, it is going to be a bio push coming up from Future. Not really a huge fan of these delayed bio pushes against Protoss. especially when you have mines and stuff like that instead of siege tanks. You know, pink stalkers are really solid, especially with the tech they're going to be following it up with. You know, stalkers can just kind of blink this apart, you know. Especially if the stalkers on the opposite side of the map, they can pick off so much from this push before it gets across the map. Unfortunately, ArT, pinned back in his main base by these banshees, was unable to spare the actions to go ahead and try and take out some of the army of Future. Future gonna go and stim on N. He's gonna go ahead and has to send that disruption Nova, and oh, just barely collapses in under that time. Future playing with lava, playing with the future of that game, of this game. Ha ha ha. But yeah, gonna end up on pushing on in anyways, and yeah, losing so many stalkers there. 9 stalkers going on down. Another disruption Nova coming on down. The split is alright. And yeah, they're definitely not very good that the disruptor dies as well. It's gonna go and stim on top of it as again. The push is starting to thin out. There's no reinforcements. The units are low, but again, when it gets to scrappy situations, the Terrans are in love. And it actually looks like the Future is gonna go ahead and take out that natural base. And ArT losing more and more stalkers. There's no blink macro to speak of to defend those. Now it is coming ahead and coming out, but the reinforcements are here, and that is gonna be it. Future just absolutely obliterating ArT in that game, going up 2-0 in this best of 9. I mean, that was not an impossible hold there from ArT. I think better positioning would have helped him a lot. His armor was kind of clumped up. Maybe start the engagement with a nice arc. You know, pop the Guardian Shooter out of the way, get some force fields down. But again, when you lose that many pros at the beginning of the match, it's kind of hard. You know, it's definitely at least a little bit hard, especially when you can't slow down that push at all. But yeah, c'est la vie, you guys, c'est la vie. And Future is gonna take. And actually, look at this. ArT actually had an armor supply advantage by the time that engagement came around. Now, of course, that doesn't really mean much when it's stalkers versus stimmed bio, but you know, you can at least spare some actions per minute to go ahead and send those stalkers across the map. Pick off that push as it tries to come along, shave off 3-4 Marines, maybe a Marauder, and delay the push by 20 seconds. You get another warping round, you get a couple more disruptors, you know, whatever. But that's okay. StarCraft game of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and I should not act like a conceited little wiener schnitzel while these players are playing their faces off for the better part of a large amount of money. Alrighty, why don't we go ahead and wait for the next game, folks? Let me go ahead and tell you a little something about 24-hour fitness. 24-hour fitness, you may ask, and to that I would answer yes. 24-hour fitness. Folks, bring your friends and get your results your way with a free fit plan, which includes studio classes, pools, cardio equipment at over 436 locations at a network of clubs, all included in your membership. Just for free with a 7-day pass. Yes, folks, you heard that right. 7 days when you complete one of our sponsor quests. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, what are these sponsor quests, Swaggar? And even if I don't want to complete these sponsor quests, how can I contribute to our players? Look at the top of the chat, over to the top right of your screen. There should be a link to our match arena. Just go ahead, control copy that link, paste it in another tab, which I'm doing right now. Takes you straight to our match arena page. There's also a code called Alpha Pro Series 72 right underneath that link that you just copied and pasted. And that adds a free 50 cents to our $50 prize pool for free. We're so far up to $64.50, which is amazing. So we're going to go ahead and contribute ourselves. We type in the coupon code, just copy and paste it. I sign in to contribute. And boom, 50 cents to the prize pool. Now we're up to an even $65. You can scroll down and also see other ways to donate, which should also land you amazing Match Arena swag, such as hats, hoodies, war chest, and replay packs, which everybody loves replay packs, you know, as well as your 7-day free pass from 24-hour fitness. All you have to do is go ahead and follow them on Twitter or subscribe to them on YouTube, and along with that pass, you also get to donate an extra 50 cents to our prize pool. So go ahead, check out the Match Arena page. Go ahead and hit us up with those coupon codes. Complete a couple of the quests if you are so inclined, if you have the heart for it. And yeah. Looks as though Enki wants us to come to NA again because this is my life, just going from one continent to another. Alpha Pro Series. I wonder if I show up there yet. No, still don't. Gotcha. Alright. That being said, we are almost ready to come into our next game over here. It is going to be on Cyberforce. I can see somebody has already followed my advice, as I saw the price will just go up 50 cents. You guys are the best. Sushi says sorry for the delay. No problemo at all. Future says last game. Ooh, last game? Oh, no, 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 no. Boy, we have at least 3 more games to go. Oh no, he's talking about the delay last game, about him not being able to. Oh, that's okay. No, 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 no. Never mind. They know it's a best of 9. If they don't, oh. Imagine that, thinking of playing a best of 15 and all of a sudden it's a best of 9. Not even a best of 7, like it's a best of 9. Like, who does best of 9s? Well, here at Alpha Pro Series, we are a big fan of best of 9s. And we do best of 9s. Because best of 9s really allow players to really analyze each other. They really get their brains and they dig into each other and they try and figure out what's happening. So, definitely very excited to see how our players adapt. We already saw some adaptation from our players, but let's go and introduce them first. Spawning in the top left-hand position of Cyberforest, representing Alpha X, it is the pink Protoss player. Folks, give it up for ArT. So far, down 2 games against his opponent, spawning in the bottom right-hand position of Cyberforest, representing, what is that, Infinity Gaming? Pretty sure Infinity Gaming. It is a Red Terran player, Future. I don't know why Future got their cool razzle dazzle angle changing thing, angle changing treatment, and ArT didn't. That's because ArT doesn't need it. ArT just feels it in his blood. He doesn't need that little patronizing swish swash, you know. He's trying to make Future feel better, so when ArT comes back and wins 5-2, he doesn't feel as salty, you know. We want all of our players to have a good time. ArT gonna go ahead and be annoying with this probe, as is the tale of PvT since the beginning of time. Starting off with the low ground wall off, it's obviously a very positive thing if you are a Protoss player. Oh, and he's actually going for a Cyber Core before Nexus. Ooh. Spicy, spicy. I wonder what ArT has in mind over here, why he might be doing that. Wait. Okay, here's... Okay, so I call myself an idiot a lot, but a lot of you guys don't believe me, so here's where I'm actually going to be an idiot. Is that... Are you supposed to go Cyber before Nexus? It's... No, okay, no, never mind. Okay, see, I had a total brain fart there, and I was like, oh yeah, Cyber before Nexus. It's the obvious standard, but no, that is obviously not what is normally expected of players. But yeah, ArT is gonna go ahead and kernel out that adept. SCB is gonna scout it out though. SCB does get that scout off on faster. And he is going to see that it is Cyber for Nexus. Should be seeing a bunker come down from Future if he's really concerned. If not, just a couple of Marines might do. At the top of the ramp. No, yes. We saw him get 1 previously, so he wants to go and see if he can just defend with 2. Generally, when you're doing this sort of build, you get a Zealot first. But I guess he just wants to make this a very non-committal, very just standard, whatever pressure. Gonna go ahead and start attacking these Marines, but not really much he can do, especially considering... well, actually, the Mech is pretty good. He's already going to pick off 1 SCB. Going to go and get a Marine for himself as well. He's going to get another SCB. Yes, he is! So 2 SCBs on the Marine. A little bit of delay on the CC. Not bad at all. The Stalker comes to reinforce. Ooh, I'm actually starting to like this a lot. The Stalker is definitely more of a stand-and-fight unit against the Terran. And ArT is going to actually end up picking up a decent amount from Future. He says, if I can't deal with your aggression that well, maybe just put that right back on you. And it seems to be working out pretty well for him this game. Future again with the proxy starport. ArT did scout out the Hellions again. Gonna go and open up that Twilight Council again. We've seen Future open up all 3 games with Hellions. So, you know, maybe ArT wants to try and just kind of blindly predict that he's going to be play against Hellions. That being said, he did get his gateways in the main instead of in the natural. So that's a little odd. ArT gonna go and send out the hallucinated Oracle. Same purpose as the hallucinated Phoenix, but it strikes a little bit more fear into your opponent. And here we go. The drop in the main base is coming on up. 3 Hellions. As soon as the probe says, you know what, I'm gonna get down a pylon in case this happens to me. It happens to him. Hellions are now starting to zoom on into the main base. Can we see the splits? 2 of them going down already. Gonna go ahead and ArT a little bit indecisive, but he does end up picking up 3. Landing them up not very well actually. Only 4 workers is definitely fine considering what this could have been. Now he's gonna go ahead and transition over to the natural. Oh, 2 more probes going on down, but it's not 17. That's the main thing to keep in mind, folks. It ain't 17. It's not as bad as last time. So definitely very proud of our ArT there for not getting completely decimated in the early stage of this match. And look, this is what I was talking about too. He's getting those chronos on them necessary. He's continuously making probes. And even though he lost 6, he's still up 5 workers. That's exactly what we need to be seeing. ArT actually, I don't know if that pylon, it should have scouted that Liberator, but only for a moment. Yeah, he does see it, so he's moving on over to the main base, as well as keeping some units back here, really starting to solidify his multi-pronged harassment defense. Oh, and ArT, a little lucky there, gonna go ahead and lose a sentry, but he does end up getting a Liberator for his trouble. Stalker and sentry for Liberator, it's not the best trade, but, you know, definitely not something you're super torn up about. Oop, get back to work, you guys. Thank you. And he's gonna go ahead and zoom on by in the natural base, see if they can find any more damage, but they can't. And the early aggression from Future has ended. Let's see back at home what is the plan. This time he is going for siege tanks instead of Widow Mines. I definitely do like this a little bit more against Stalker play, and even better so. We do see this 3rd CC on the way. So we've seen Future really like to commit to his 2-base pushes against ArT, but I think very smartly so. He realizes that if he were to push out right now, he'd probably just get absolutely diswrecked. Oh, especially considering he doesn't have a starport now. Ugh, that's a little ugly. And no starport in production either, so any damage that these units takes is going to be permanent, and ArT is going to be fine to just sit back for the time being. He's defending amazingly, and if there's one game for ArT to show us what he's made of, what he wants to do, it's going to be this one. Throwing down that double forge and getting up that charge. He wants to play Templar Archive style, going for that masks, gateway units with storm support. I definitely like that a lot. Especially when you want to make sure that you just always have enough units, you know. Sometimes you don't have enough units and you just die. This pretty much guarantees that that doesn't happen. And oh my god, ArT is doing so well this game. Picking off that idle medevac. Future a little bit flustered possibly at the loss of that, but if he is, he's definitely not showing it. Calm and composed, he has the siege tanks at home, and he's just going to be content to defend. Why get these barracks in the low ground over here is a mystery. Lost to the ages, but probably not too impactful. 3rd CC is finished, but already for the Protoss, his gateway explosion is finishing on up. He's got Storm on the way, as well as a Warp Prism for reinforcements. I mean, it's looking to be a pretty ugly game. 3rd base is getting saturated more and more by the second. And Future, here's a cool part. ArT already knows that there's probably not going to be that much medevac harassment, so his Stalkers can stay here on the opposite side of the map, no problemo. Oh, he's going to go on forward. He's going to get himself a free Marauder. Absolutely delish. Stim is not quite done yet. Oh, if only he had vision. Speak of the vision. Going to go ahead and... Ooh, he tries to get a tank, but not going to be happening. Future. Yep, definitely saw that maneuver. He's going to go ahead and pick it off. And ArT, meanwhile, back at home, has just been doing everything he needs. He's going to hit a fat one timing would be my guess. He's going to have +1/+1 to the chance +1 by the time he pushes. Trying to push with that Storm and Mets charge off. I wouldn't be surprised to see him knocking down these rocks, going for a big surround on this shared army. That's the cool part about going for mass gateway units over here, is that you can really get the surface area you need, especially if the Terran player has not properly secured the base. And actually, ooh, a little bit dangerous play from Future being this far out on the map. Gonna go ahead and drop Storms on top of this army, but at the cost of his reinforcements. And I don't know, it seems to be a little sketchy coming in from ArT. He is going to go ahead and do so much damage to that bio. The tanks are going to reign supreme from above, but overall a nice engagement here by ArT, picking off a decent amount of bio, getting some SPs as well. I would love to see him back up though. Definitely cannot be staying here, and yeah, going to go ahead and be forced to morph those into Archons. As time goes on though, Reinforcements from Future are here, but reinforcements from ArT are also coming here, but also the long way, so not quite as immediate as he would have liked, and he's going to lose a decent amount of technical units for his arrogance. And, ooh, my rocket's actually coming forward. They really want this Archon. Quick word of wisdom, Archons really do suck against Terrans a decent amount. They just always seem to, like, never hit anything and just get focused down. But they're better than nothing, right? ArT already taking that quick 4th base. Contend to just expand, expand, expand. Sitting on his 8 gateways, just making as many units as he possibly can, and I don't believe he's going to let the pressure off of Future off anytime soon. At least I think that'd be a bit of a mistake. He has a bigger army, he has the lead. The last thing you want the Terran to be able to do is move across the map and make some magic happen, right? That being said, Future's army is actually significantly stronger than ArT's army right now. When I say significant, I mean like super duper significantly. Look at all those lines of death. ArT's actually gonna go ahead and maybe lose his 4 prism, maybe? Not gonna happen though, and yeah, just barely gonna survive. Good Storm was forced to pick up on those units, but here come the SCVs! Hello! What are your guys' names? And families, because I'm sure you had at least some of those before you decided to become horrible weapons of war. So, this is it for Future. He knows that he's just gonna slowly bleed out to the Protons if this is the case. Future just decides to go ahead and retreat back to the 3rd base. I almost feel like that's a mistake. You want to be retreating up to the natural. Honestly, you hold this, you win the game, but ArT is going to go ahead and take a pretty suboptimal engagement. He's going to go ahead and pull his own boys out. 25 works going down for the Terran, but more for the Protoss to go ahead and follow. It's not going to be enough though. GG is called, and ArT gets his first game out on the map. That was close at the end. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty... That was Saurus Rex. For a long time. Long time, but that's Archons at the end. So I know I called Archons trash in PvT, and they kind of are still to an extent, but man, that bio and SCV units, just they comped up so much due to the nature of that push. Really got a lot of value out of that, and the pro pull from, I think, ArT is really what secured it. Though, it would, again, Sketchosaurus Rex for so long. Alrighty. Speaking of Sketchosaurus Rex, Swagger has to do some Stretchosaurus Rexes right now. It's gonna quickly go like this. Oh wait, don't tell me. Are we going? Wait. Are we going to EU again? Are we just gonna flip flop between EU, NA, EU, NA, EU, NA? I don't think so. NQ went offline, so I actually have no idea. We shall see though. Sushi says we'll be alternating servers. Aha! I knew it. I'm a genius. Oh my god, the biggest. Whoops. We already were on NA, weren't we? There we go. EU server. Here we are. Alpha Pro Series. Rock and roll sauce. Alright, ready to rock and roll. Let me go ahead and turn off the freaking heater in the attic, man. Ugh, it's killing me. In fact, we're gonna turn on the cooler, otherwise known as the anti-heater. You know, AC should be heater, cause AC stands for anti-cooler, right? Or is it just too late? Yeah, I think it's way too late. I mean, not too late. What am I talking about? It's 1:48 p.m. here. What do I mean too late? I'm just being dramatic, ain't I? Alright, Enka's gonna go ahead and make the maps here since Sushi's game client is just absolutely shitting the bed. Enki invited me to a party. I never get invited to parties. Oh, that's why. They immediately leave as soon as I get there. Oh no, Enki just replayed traumatic high school memories. Why? Why did nobody accept me? Probably because of all the StarCraft, right? Yeah, that probably played at least a little bit of a role. But hey, look at me now. Anyways, Kairos Junction is going to be the map of choice from Future. Which is surprising. Kairos Junction, kind of a neutral map. Similar to Port Alexander. I guess... I don't really see the reasoning behind it, honestly. of new season. Wow, so cool. What are the maps in the map pool right now? It's Cyber, yeah, banner maps. Automaton, Cyber, Kairos, King's Cove, Repugnancy. I would have expected Repugnancy, honestly. I mean, it's I don't know. It just seems like such an awkward map for Protoss to try and defend, because the fourth base, whichever fourth base you take, is just so awful, right? I mean, it's just so awful, whichever fourth base you take. So, and Kairos, you're just kind of fine, you know, with your expansion pattern. So, especially considering the size of the map can make up for that kind of awkward fourth base positioning, which is always going to happen with every map. But still, a little strange. But enough about what Swagger considers strange. If this were a cast about me just talking about what is strange, yeah, I mean, it'd just be me talking about like duck's feet and like, I don't know, sugar-free caramel for like 2 hours, and no one wants to see that. We're here to watch some StarCraft. God damn it! Spawning in the top. Thanks, Swagger. This is top. This is bottom. So this is the bottom. Spawning in the bottom right-hand position of Kairos Junction, representing Alpha X. It is ArT. Finally getting a game up on the map. And his opponent spawning in the top left-hand position of Kairos Junction, representing Infinity Gaming. It is a Red Terran player, Future. Still rocking a nice one-game advantage, but obviously, you know, doesn't like to lose that last game, especially with considering how it went. Ooh, I mean, that last game just had ArT written all over it. And like I said, these NA Terrans, man, they like to be aggressive. They like to like do all this drop play and this pick apart and, you know, get your, you know, kill your workers and then just stim you down. They're not really the consolidate your forces, one big push kind of players. But yeah, we saw the downsides of that kind of what that kind of play can have. Future just absolutely getting himself so behind and then just falling apart to the Protoss as soon as he moved out. Kairos Junction, though, a little bit of a bigger map for our friend Future, so if he wants to slow things down, now would be the time. He doesn't want to do it too much, though. I mean, I feel like Kairos Junction is a perfect map for Terrans to try and do, you know, a big two-base push on. King's Cove is way too big, and Cyber Forest, you know, it's a small map, but, you know, there's definitely things that Protoss can do to slow you down. Kairos Junction is definitely more of just a big old walk across, get to the third base, and smack my opponent down kind of map for Terran. So, especially without the early aggression that ArT was showing in the early stages of that map, it kind of slowed him down, at least a little bit. And we can see the same thing happening again. ArT's going to go ahead and get that Cyber Core before natural base. Going to go and chrono that at depth as well. So, you know, obviously it's not going to be able to cancel the CC, but it's going to be able to do at least a little bit, right? And Future is still not opening with those Reapers, so he's going to have a little bit of a harder time defending than he otherwise might have. And, oh, actually. Oh, this is... Wait. Whoa. Okay. There are a lot of things I don't like right now. Wait. Was this a Cyber before Nexus? Or am I just being an idiot? I'm just being an idiot? Alright. Gotcha, guys. Rock and roll. No. This is totally a Cyber before Nexus. Yeah, but then he threw down the Stargate in plain view of the SCV, which is really weird. I mean, you could have just, like, waited a little bit, I guess, but I guess he didn't want to wait. I don't know, that was a little strange. I'm going to go ahead and run into these Marines out on the map. 3 Marines definitely do kill 1 Adept. 2 Adepts, though, whole other story. Gonna go ahead and be able to smack these guys right on down, but 2 Adepts against 4 Marines. Okay, that one I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure the Adepts win this, but only if they're at full health. And just more Marines coming on out, and I think we may be seeing what I was hinting to earlier. Future is gonna go ahead and mass up his Marines, get that sieging production going, get some medevacs or some liberators to harass earlier on, and just go. But I think though there's going to be some Cyclone aggression beforehand, so I actually like this. Cyclone pushes, you know, they can work in PBT. I generally do like them when they're earlier and they're not, you know, this delayed. You know, I just think they're a little bit stronger when you like, when there's not that many units out for the Protoss, right? As soon as there's like a couple of units out for the Protoss, you know, they're obviously, especially later on in the matches, they're going to have Blink, which is good against Cyclones. They're going to have Stargate units, which are really good against Cyclones, or they're gonna have like Robo units, which are really good against Cyclones, so I definitely do prefer them earlier on, unless you're like super committing to Cyclones, going mass Cyclones, but then you're just kind of being strange, so, yeah. But anyways, Oracle is gonna go and come on in and get a couple of kills there. ArT, unfortunately, not being able to find too much damage with his Oracle Adept Harassment, but he's just kind of picking off what he can, when he can. Gonna lose an Adept there, a little ugly. But, ooh, yeah, okay, so Oracle Death Trap, thy name is 2 Cyclones and a Viking, and they're actually gonna go and dart on in. They're banking on the fact that there's no Widowmine, and he's gonna go and get in, but, oh, the double lock-on does actually end up happening, and he loses 1 Oracle and doesn't even get an SCV out of it. What a sad life. What a sad life. Ooh, oh, okay. I got excited for a second. I was like, oh, are we gonna see Glaives? And no, we're not gonna see Glaives. And actually, there's gonna be a SCV pull from Future. They're not as dramatic. This is like the, you know, get a piercing in the name of rebellion sort of SCV pull. Whereas, you know, the other one is just kind of like, I don't know. I talked myself into corners. But the other one is just kind of like, I don't know, dye your hair and get like a felony boyfriend or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's a big commitment from Future, and it's gonna be hard for ArT to hold on off, especially because he did not see this degree of a push coming on. And he has this force field, which I'd love to be seeing used there. Gonna go ahead and start targeting them down. The SCVs have all gone down, but I think it's time for ArT to pull some own probes. He's being so skittish about this, but so far it's not looking too bad. And oh, the Oracle's doing insane damage on the opposite side of the map, but if he dies back at home, then all that probe damage is going to be just for nothing. ArT trying to do what he can. Future is focused on taking down as many probes as possible. Now he's finally attacking with those probes, and he is going to go ahead and take down 1 Cyclone. Can he get another one? Not quite yet, but this is a very strong stock count. He's going to lose a decent amount more Stalkers and clean this up, maybe. But as far as holding stuff off goes, it's looking good. But the reinforcements? Now I don't know. Now it gets a little bit sketchy. Stalker's still trying to do what they can. SCV is just body blocking so much. These are so annoying, just stopping the Stalkers from getting on top of those Cyclones. A little bit of damage getting done to that Liberator, but the SCV is going to repair it right back up. That is just so incredibly horrible. The Oracle just committed to doing damage on the opposite side of the map. And again, Bink's gonna go ahead and finish on up actually here for ArT, so he's gonna be able to hold things a little bit better. The Future down to 17 workers, but now, oh, liberation zoning ArT out of his own natural base. That is so mean. Actually, can they actually escape? Yeah, Stalkers escape so far. So good trades coming out from ArT, but ooh, with +1 weapons upgrade, that's actually gonna be something. But he hasn't had a weapon in so long. Can he get that other Cyclone? Yes, he can. He's gonna go ahead and lose that Stalker though. And now there's no mining going on for ArT. But again, the damage for the Oracles on the opposite side of the map are just being so consistent. Stalker's gonna blink on forward into the main base, and now I think there's enough Stalkers that he can just go ahead and clean this on up. There we go. Everything gets cleaned up for ArT. All the SPs go down, and that was a pretty that was some pretty crazy stuff, you guys. That was some amazing StarCraft 2 that just happened over there. I mean, I would have panicked. I know I would just like sent my Oracles back home, have to wait everything, and you know, lost these along the way because I'm an idiot, and then I would be super behind. But so far, actually, it's not looking too bad. Especially considering ArT has the Blink Stalkers. I would love to see him send them across the map. You know, he's not gonna find too much damage because of the siege tank, but just the poke would be fine. And the Dark Shrine. Oh my god, the Dark Shrine, you guys. Oh, I love it a lot. I like it a lot. I love Dark Shrine play. I absolutely adore Dark Shrines, especially in PvT, especially in these situations where you know the player has like lost all of his workers, so he's gonna be dropping mules literally every chance he gets. Like, look at this. Boom! Mule drop. Doesn't even have a care in the goddamn war. He's not gonna be scanning the main. He's gonna be full defensive mode, get those tanks up, don't lose any more SCVs. I mean, of course he's gonna lose a little bit of poor macro. That's gonna lose another Oracle. I mean, ArT, I gotta tell you, man, the Oracle macro has been not so amazing, but at least they've been destroying mineral lines, right? At least they've been absolutely wrecking face. Dark Shrine is going to go ahead and finish on up there. There are some free Warpins ready to just go ahead and spill terror among the Terran. Let's see, 64 energy over there and 33 energy there. So he has one scan. Yeah, it's one scan. It's going to be another push from Future, the follow-up push. This actually may turn kind of base trading since a lot of ArT's resources went into these Dark Templar. So we could see a base trade. That would be so cool though. There is no way for Future to get a Raven as of now, and he's gonna lose pretty much all of his SCVs. However, ArT, this is a horrifying push. This push looks horrifying, right? Yeah, like there's no way he's gonna hold the Nexus. He's gonna go ahead and probably pull all of his workers back. Oh, ArT! Whoa, whoa! He's okay. I don't like this. I would like him to stay on the ramp. He's forcing himself into the natural base. He's gonna go ahead and force out one scan over here. But I think that's his only scan. There's one more scan over there. No, now he's banking them up. Now he's going to have 2 more scans to go ahead and deal with the Dark Templar. Going to buy plenty of time for this engineering raid to finish on up. And yeah, like I said, I really didn't like him defending this natural base location. Then again, all the workers for the Terran player had gone on down. Now it's just the name of the game is just defend, defend, defend. Defend, 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 defend. And once you think you've defended enough, defend some more. Unfortunately, a Raven is now being made on out. I would have loved to see Future, you know, try and target that down, but I can see how difficult of a decision that would be. But now I don't see any way of him really. Oh, that is a huge mistake. That was a humongous, ginormous mistake. Wow. Not only did he lose a medevac, but he lost a medevac with a tank and a couple of Marines in there. That might give ArT the push that he needs to go ahead and take out this army. Raven is finishing up, he's gonna go ahead and move on through. It immediately scouts the base coming out from ArT. And like I said, this is pretty base trading. And here's the weird thing. Future, how many Marines does he have? He has a couple, right? He has like, okay, that's a good amount. That's like 7-ish Marines, right? Yeah, it's got, no, 9 Marines, 3 tanks, 2 laborers, and a Raven. He's a very strong positional army. There's no way that ArT's army as it is breaks this. However, the problem is that Future's kind of stuck, isn't it? Not really much this kid can do, can he? I mean, he's just kind of stuck in the main base. If he tries to come down, then the Blink Stalkers are going to be able to get value. And I hope ArT can recognize that. Lots of free Koreans out there. Oh, super annoying ass auto turret. As soon as Stalkers come back to respawn to it, it times out. So kind of a waste there. Should probably send those bad boys back to work. Come on. Send him back to work. Oh, he's just nervous. He's microing. Oh, why? Come on. No! Oh, okay. It's fine. He's microing, but still. This is a little infuriating. I mean, that's at least 100 minerals that he lost just from doing that, right? Such a stasis trap to go ahead and transfer this push down. There's already a base over here, though. And Future, he has no money. Again, 0 money. And he has pretty much no mining to speak of either. I mean, he has a normal command over here, but the DT is stalking that right there. And yeah, the other one's just floating up there. There's no way he can land that. ArT gonna take out the stasis trap, and I think now ArT just has to, rather Future gonna take out the stasis trap, and now ArT has to find as much value as he can and sack this base. Oh, send these probes over to this side of the map. I think this is very doable from ArT, but the way he's playing it, I don't like. I don't like all that much. I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive with the Stalkers and just slowly whittle away this army, because that's the only way you win. 3 tanks and 2 liberators by themselves can wreck this army. So I think he needs to play the long, patient game. Like, if Future wants to move to this side of the map, ArT needs to like be picking them off, Spring Stalkers all along the way. He needs to be like taking out Ravens, you know, Marines, damaging Liberators, damaging Siege Tanks, because all damage is permanent. But right now, he's not really doing too much of that. ArT almost flies in, gets a tag on these units. And now, hopefully he's going to do what I suggested, because I'm so smart and big brain that he's going to do that. Okay, it does. End up picking off. Okay, good. Gets a Viking, just goes on back on off, forces the Siege Tanks to siege on up, but Future is in full-on aggressive. Look at this, he's running away. ArT's running away. Again, I really don't like that choice from ArT. But again, it's really hard to think in the heat of the moment. It's so difficult. You know, anyone who's played StarCraft knows that. And look at this, now he's getting a base on the opposite side of the map here too. Oh my gosh, if this game just goes on long enough, I mean, maybe just ArT never really gets a chance to, or the Future never really gets a chance to attack the base of ArT. ArT's gonna go and swing around over here. He has Blink on cooldown, but he may be able to take out a tank. No, he doesn't want to do that. So again, he's just playing so. Ooh, that's some. Oh no, no. Okay. You guys go home. Go to your home. More. His base is going reestablished over there. He's spending so much money though, doing all of this. He needs to be getting this value off of these Stalkers. And again, he's just playing extremely skittish. Very skittish. He's like a horse, you know. Oh, he actually does end up finding himself a tank. I would love to see him get that. Come on. There we go. Loses a stalker, though. That can't be good, but hey, at least he trades it out for something, right? Gonna go ahead and start poking on through. All damage is permanent. All damage is permanent. And meanwhile, Future, he hasn't been mining at all. Like, not at all. ArT actually being very diligent to make sure that doesn't happen. The Raven can either be over here. Like, if the Raven is going to go to the Dark Templar to help the orbital land, then the Dark Templar can just go to this army, slice it up, and then Future loses. So, you know, ideally... Okay, here we go. Ideally, yeah, this is what I was going to say. Future can either attack or mine. And it looks though, right now, he just kind of wants to mine. He wants to get... Whoa! Lots of mules. Each mule gets you like, what, like 150 minerals or something like that. So... that's a nice little cash influx Future's got going from over there. Gonna go ahead and be able to remass up, and ArT is gonna be able to do the same too. So both players actually just kind of chillaxing for the time being, honestly. Stalker's gonna move on out again. Gonna go ahead and repair his units on up, are the SCVs, I'm sure. Let's see. Ooh, a tech lab. Does he have any detection? Okay, so he has an Oracle, which is technically detection. And he sees that it's a tech lab there, right? Yeah, he sees a tech lab. So ArT should, you know, definitely know that there's at least some funny business going on. Future does not have vision of the high ground just yet. So, I mean, ArT's gonna be able to do little stuff, but, like... Oh, no, he can't. Oh, Stalkers can attack on the low ground. That sucks. Oh, that really sucks. Alright. Kind of a crazy game so far, but we're gonna do our best to cast this, you guys. Is there any charge? No, it's just Blinken +1, and literally no upgrades for the turn. But I think the longer this goes on, the better it is for Future. You know, Future's mining a huge amount. And, well, actually, he doesn't... Actually, no, it's not, because those moves have worn on off. Now he only has a couple of, like, SCVs to mine some gas. He can get a Banshee, but he can't afford Cloak. So that's going to be really awkward, and again, just so skittish is Future playing this so safely. I really don't like this decision, but I guess, you know, he's getting some more stalkers, he's going to try and push him then. You know, just try and pick off what you can is my... should be the motto for playing stalkers, you know? Get what you can, then get the hell out, you know? Honestly, okay, no, I was going to say blink on top of the Raven, then get out, but Jesus, that's a horrible idea. If he had a War Prism, maybe he could do that. Like, blink on top, and then when he's running away, pick up the units, and... Oh, that'd be so cool. But there's no War Prism, so we have what we have. Oop. Oracle actually gonna come in. Not gonna kill itself this time, thankfully. That's the first time an Oracle went in and didn't absolutely just kill itself this game. Well, I guess second time, but yeah, whatever. One Marine is over there. One DT gets sent. Ah! Why, porfa? What? Okay. He recalled? Oh, he recalled his workers. Okay, so he just wants to keep on mining. So yeah, ArT's economy is definitely rocking, definitely rolling. But like I said, how skittish he's been playing has just been something that I'm personally not a fan of. And now if you're just gonna go ahead and move it out with this army, definitely still a very formidable army, especially against the Stalkers. And Stalkers are gonna go ahead and pick off that tank. Amazing play there. Future was out of position, and okay, so ArT needs to prioritize getting this Cloak. He doesn't know how done it is, and if he lets Cloak finishes, that would be horrible. But he wants to go ahead and get this orbital command first of all. Gonna go ahead and play it riskily. Still not getting the tech lab. Get the tech lab. Get the tech lab. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, oh yeah, all of these probes. Except for Jimmy and John are going to go ahead and get out of there. Cloak is denied as well, so one base goes down for our friend Future. Future also now does not have any Banshees. He's not actually going to kill this base at all. And Future wants to move on back. No, he's indecisive. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, where he wants to go. The units are coming back for ArT, and that is many Stalkers. Okay, so as it turns out, this is an absurd amount of Stalkers. And if this isn't siege on up, then this could actually be a big blunder for Future. You still can't think on top of this. Guys, I can't emphasize this enough. Stalkers are not amazing in PvT as far as dealing damage and being the things that get in there and kill stuff, but they're excellent positionally and they still do great things against Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought he was hiding his units. It burned down! Oh no, this burnt down! Okay, so that burnt down. And then what about... Oh, and then the Dark Temple getting over here. This is burning down too! Oh, I thought he was fine, but all the buildings for our future were burning down. And these were the last buildings as well. Oh no. Oh no, that... What a way to lose a game. Getting literally eliminated from a game, guys. Doesn't get any more awesome than that. What a great game. What a great... Oh, what a crazy game. That was like 10 minutes of pure base trade action. And I gotta admit, even though I didn't like some things ArT did, he still handled the situation amazingly. He got his army back up. He made bases, you know, huge different sides of the map to force ArT to slowly walk across, siege up, take out that base, and then slowly walk across again. He bought himself so much time. He got so many units. Excellent game there from ArT. And now, folks, we have a series on our hand. Gonna go and switch on over to the Americas region for the next game. Oh, got a couple of text arenas. All right. Let me just see that there's people in... Oh, wait. What? Oh yeah, because we're in Americas now and I don't get to be in the channel. Ah yes. Good old channel bugs in StarCraft. Never change. Sorry, I just gotta handle a couple of quick messages here. Because, yeah, Swagger has a social life. And I know a lot of you guys are like, I'm like, what? That's preposterous. But yes, Swagger, because I have a social life. So, gonna go ahead and take care of those duties. I have to pick up a friend at a certain time, but we still got like 2 more hours, so it should be absolutely fine. I actually hope I still have time to go for a jog. Ooh, that'd be great. I like my jogs. Jogs are fun. Jogs are like stories. I like stories. Alright. Let's rock, let's roll. Spawning in the bottom left-hand position of New Repugnancy, representing Infinity Gaming, it is Future, the blue Terran player, losing the last 2 games in a row. One in pretty normal, dominating PvT fashion, and the other one in absolutely absurd, crazy, wang dang doodle. What the hell is this game? Save this in my folder computer for amazing games. Folder. Games. Folder. And his opponent spawning in the top right hand position, starting to really bare his teeth in this series. Representing Alpha X, it is the pink Protoss player, ArT. And truly a fitting name, as the last game can only really be described as ArT. Base trades are so rare in StarCraft nowadays that when you see one, you just kind of gotta take a moment, breathe in, relax, and just appreciate what's going on around you. Because I feel like base trades are some of the most even... I don't... As weird as it sounds, base trades are some of the most even games you can get in StarCraft. And they rely... Purely, they're the ones that rely mostly on the player's reaction to chaos, their instinct, and how they handle strange situations, their creativity. And I really, really love that about base trades. So I hope we can see more of that this series. I've already got spoiled with one. If we can get another one, that'd be great. But I you know, I'm not complaining if we don't get another. I'm just glad we got at least one, you guys. I'm glad we got at least one. Probe anyway is gonna go ahead and just chill around over here for a little bit. SCV, didn't think, ooh. Is he gonna lose the probe? Yes, he is. Nope, no, he's not. Yes, he is! What? God damn it, ArT. You played an amazing series and then you lose a probe to an SCV. And not even like it was a quick catch where like you were harassing something and trying to get out the last second. You were just like in here, it got attacked, you got attacked again, you got attacked again, and instead of going around here to buy time, you're like, oh, and then he got killed. Then again, I guess you can't really go around here because then the Marine or Reaper would kill him. But goddamn, that's painful. Not a big deal though, it's more like a mind game thing, you know. ArT this time is gonna open up with, ooh, a robotics facility. Alright, so never actually really seen him open with a robo before. Generally when you open with robo, it's either like very aggressive and you go for like a 4-5 gate push, you get a couple of sentries and a war prism and you just kind of smack the Terran on the forehead with your massive Protoss wing. Or you go for, you know, a couple of observers, and get that robotic facility and get your Colossus out right away, and you just play the most passive defensive style you can. And honestly, I'd be fine with pretty much either. The way these adults are coming on out, it kind of makes me feel like it is going to be, you know, a Colossus play, because yeah, you know, you'd be getting you know, not necessarily like adept. You know, if you wanted to go for that play, and you also wouldn't be. You'd also would be a little bit saturated on the space, be trying to get out that War Prism instead of that Observer, and you'd be, you know, just getting more KPs. But it's fine. I'm not really complaining about it so far. ArT is doing a good job. I'm just playing his defensive style, not really wanting to give Future any opening. Future, meanwhile, on his side of the map, is opening up with tanks and Marines. So, gonna go and try and counter that Blinkstalker style that ArT has been doing. But he is unfortunately one game too late, and it is not going to be any stalkers of any kind. It is going to be some sort of dedicated 2-base push, if I had to make a guess, which on your pregnancy can work pretty well. I mean, you got a lot of low ground to abuse over here. If you siege up on the low ground and just like kite units through the ramp, they get a clump up really well for your tanks if you're a Terran. So definitely a very solid play over there. Robotics Bay now coming on down. For ArT, I feel like though it's a little bit late. Look at how much gas he's holding, right? I mean, he could have just kind of gotten this like way earlier and not gotten these many stalkers. But I guess he's just playing incredibly safely, you know, incredibly safely. But the price for that is his Colossus is going to be delayed by, you know, good 30 seconds. So Future's going to go and start moving across the map. More SCVs, more aggression. Future does not want to take this into the mid-game without either a severe advantage or a severe disability, it seems. ArT completely scouts us on out, and he's getting an Immortal. I would not want an Immortal against this. That's all I'm gonna say. If you had to tell me you had to get an Immortal or a Colossus against this, I'm pretty sure 99% of people would give one specific answer. But that's okay. ArT's doing a good job. He's not tucked away in his base. He's forcing Future to slowly push up through the ramp and, you know, really work for his positioning. Colossus is now coming on out. This Immortal, while I don't love it, it definitely does add a little bit of meat to this push. And, ooh, especially against these bunkers, it's going to be able to focus them down really well. And actually, if I can just get into the main, it just gets killed, straight up. Immortal steps forward, starts knocking down the bunker. Now, bunkers don't take additional damage from... Or rather, Immortals don't do additional damage to armored buildings when they're being constructed, I am pretty certain. So, has that going for him. Colossus is going to pop on out a little bit late. Look at how much damage this Colossus has. This Immortal has. That's at 23 life. Definitely not very savory. And Colossus is going to go ahead and start poking this down. There are 3 tanks, so count them, 3 tanks. And yeah, tanks can definitely kill Colossus super fast. You just take all your tanks and within a couple of volleys, boom, Colossus dead. And all these K-Pits actually going to go on down for ArT. More bunkers going on down. This is a very scary build to push to try and defend against if you are ArT. He's going to probably wait for that other Colossus. It's around halfway through completion, but I mean, it's still going to be such a difficult thing. Look at this. Look how entrenched this position is. Like, who wants to engage into this? Right? Not ArT. We're gonna have to see what he wants to do though. I mean, this Nexus still has a lot of health. There's 2 tanks on it, but it's got a ways to go before dying. And I think now is the time where he wants to push. I mean, yeah, here we go. He's gonna go ahead and push on in. The Shade's gonna go and try and drag some of that tank aggression off of the other units. Can try to get some friendly fire, but everything dies from ArT. Oh no, yeah, the bunkers got up, man. That was the bunkers got up, and it was just he just couldn't bust through them. There's just so much health in this army now. I mean, Trump is that now, but this is the army. GG is called. ArT can't do it, and Future takes a quick. Nope, that's not wrong. Takes a quick game to secure himself a 3-2 advantage over ArT. Alrighty. We're gonna go ahead and jump on over to the European region for... That's Asia. Blech. There we go. Why does it blech? I don't know. I guess whenever I get people from the Asian region, it's always like from freaking Australia or like Indonesia or some place like that, and I just get like the worst ping of my life. Oh my god. But that's okay. I forgive them. It's not their fault they live in the worst part of the world, ping-wise. King's Cove Go-Go says ArT, pretty good decision. And actually, if you had to choose between King's Cove and Year Zero, pretty sure most players would prefer to play on King's Cove. Year Zero is just a little bit too wonky for most people. So I'm going to be playing on King's Cove. But before we do that, folks, let me tell you something incredible. Let me tell you about this amazing opportunity you have. Let me tell you about this amazing, amazing little thing called 24-hour fitness. 24-hour fitness, you may ask. And to that I answered, yes, 24-hour fitness. Have you ever wanted to get the body you wanted on your terms, on your own schedule? Well, bring your friends and get your results your way with a free fit plan, studio classes, pools, cardio equipment at over 436 locations. I don't even have that. Like, even if I were to use my toes, I couldn't count them all. And a network of clubs all included in your membership. Try us for free. With a free 7-day pass, that's right, 1 week of free 24-hour fitness goodness. When you complete one of the sponsored quests. Well, what's the sponsored quest, you may ask? Well, if you look at your chat in the top right hand position, you will see a match journal link. You copy and paste that link into another tab, and then you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you see all these quests that not only let you get that 7-day pass, but also contribute to our prize pool. If you want to contribute to our prize pool for free at only the cost of a couple of clicks of your mouse, you can go ahead and follow that Matt Juno link and type in the code Alpha Pro Series 72, hopefully provided right underneath the Matt Juno link, and you'll go ahead and donate an extra 50 cents to our hardworking players in support of them for coming on this series, for playing for this series. So go ahead and do that if you can. Right now, we are ready to start game number 6 on King's Cove. And yeah, King's Cove, huge map. Huge map. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up, but I would love to see some mech play. I know some Terran players out there actually. Like, there are some people like Terrans who like kind of like mech play, who sometimes do mech play. There are players like Gumiho who like mech every single game if they can. And then there's some Terrans who just like never do mech. And you know, against Protoss, I can see why you really wouldn't want to do mech. Mech historically has been considered very weak against Protoss, but on King's Cove, I mean, you can definitely get to where you want to get going. That's all I'm gonna say. You can get to where you want to get going, and I have seen Mass Cyclone work against Protoss sometimes. I think it's a new enough strategy, it's unique enough that people, you know, they're not really sure how to deal with it just yet. Like, it's not meta enough to where you know exactly what to do. And it turns out what you do is it's actually super difficult. So the standard charge slot Immortal Archon doesn't work against that because, you know, the Cyclones just catch you forever, and Hellbats with Blue Flame do not let you get anywhere near the Hellbats on top of them, even if you do end up closing the distance. So what you gotta do, you either get Disruptors, and then tech quickly toward Carriers. Not Tempest, definitely do Carriers. You know, you can go Tempest actually, but I like to go Carriers since you can push a little bit easier and you can really punish them for going for that Cyclone tech. And yeah, Carriers kill Cyclones so fast anyways. So you can either go for Tempest or Carriers. I think both are actually equally good to go for. If you want to push and, you know, really see if you can get some damage against the Terran, you go for Carriers. And if you want to just like take it even longer, make the game even longer, drag it on out, you go for Tempest. I personally like to go for Carriers, so you go for Carriers. and you stop the cyclones from killing you by either getting storm to try and storm the cyclones if they try and kite you, or disruptors. Personally, storm is a little bit more natural, but and it transitions a little bit better to air. So I think going for storm and still getting your charge rods and blink stalkers are very important. Getting some blink stalkers as well, and just slowly transitioning to that free peeking tag. That's what I like to do personally. But then again, I could have just spent the last like 24 billion hours talking about something that'll never happen. So, on that note, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the bottom right hand position of King's Cove, representing Alpha X, it is the pink Protoss player, ArT. Losing last game to his opponent, spawning in the top left hand position of King's Cove, representing Infinity Gaming, it is Future, the red Terran player. Currently 2 games away from winning his lion's share of $65.50, which can soon be $66. Alright. Yeah. Or not. I mean, I guess this is also something you can do. Future's gonna start the game with a proxy. The first proxy Barracks we've seen in this series. He's proxied his Stargates before, but he hasn't really proxied his racks. And seeing that he's going for 2 gases instead of just 1, he seems to be a little bit more committed. And I do like this. You do, Terran proxies, when you proxy buildings on the opposite side of the map, generally it doesn't really matter how big the map is because your units are going to spawn so close to the base anyways. And you have the added benefit of, it takes longer for your opponent to scout you out. So ArT's going to get in here, he's going to scout, and you can see he was thinking of getting that Nexus, but after seeing that there is a proxy on the map, he's going to go ahead and start up that Cybercore, roll up that Zealot. Needs to be getting... Okay, so we did get that. Needs to be getting his Assimilator then. And, oh, did he scout that? No! What? He went up here, but didn't scout it. That... Oh my... Wushindaru ArT. Or whatever you want to say. Okay, so ArT is scouting over here, making sure that the barracks isn't over here. Oh, that's the most infuriating thing I've ever seen in my... Oh no. Oh no. Internet, please. Please. No second gas for ArT is really concerning. He needs to be getting that right away. Because you definitely do want tech against this. Tech is how you beat this. It is going to be a very committed Terran push though. You can see that there's going to be a factory on the opposite side of the map as well as add-ons, and the probe sees this. The probe sees that there's... Oh, gotta save it. Probe sees that there's no factory back at home, which is definitely a big sign that, and he also saw that there was no natural base. So ArT has to go full-on defensive mode ASAP, which means shield batteries, robos. You can go for Stargates, but definitely the one thing you don't want to go for is Twilight. Nothing worse than having Blink halfway done in like 3 Stalkers when there's a big old Terran push slamming its way through your natural, right? So it's going to be a proxied 1-1-1 build. I want to say this brings me back to like early Legacy of the 4 days. This is actually a very old build that, you used to see a long time ago when like freaking Blood, what's it called, like Blood Bank or like Bloodbirth? I don't know, it was something like, I don't know, it was like this big old map. It was a really weird map too. It was like Blood something. And like freaking Terrans like just do that so much on that map. It was the most annoying thing. But yeah, he's gonna have to defend this. It's gonna be so hard to try and defend this. Tank is already finished on up for Future. Gonna go ahead and push now with a couple of Marines. I would love to see that Reaper save, because it can actually do so much in these low unit situations. They can bounce units away that are trying to get on top of the siege tanks, and that's just so powerful. And now the push from Future is beginning now. He has to try and stop these bunkers from coming on up. He saw last game what these bunkers can do to him. So, I mean, the Stalkers stand here. I think they can shoot. Even if he takes a couple of shots, he needs to get rid of that bunker. But unfortunately, he wasn't even trying to. So he's going to go ahead and let that finish. He may actually end up having to just sack the natural. An Immortal is finished on up, but there's not really much he can do at this point in time. As far as breaking this goes, it's pretty much impossible. So I'm gonna have to see what ArT wants to do. Every Protoss has been in this situation, and it's always scary, guys. It's always super scary. So obviously the natural's gonna go down. ArT's supply looking really now. Needs to throw down a couple more pylons in the base, especially if the Nexus goes down. Gonna go ahead and pick up a couple of units to try and take down these siege tanks with some good Prism Micro. You can definitely end up doing a decent amount. Liberator pop out as well, and unfortunately that tips ArT's hand. Future now knows what is good in the hood. If he didn't now, he does. If he didn't before, he does now. These units are gonna go ahead and take down the add-ons. And does he scout that? Oh, he does see the tank, so he's gonna go and chase the tank and take down the add-ons with these units. I think that's a very good choice. But meanwhile, back at home, there's nothing to stop the push. Units are just spilling their way into the main base now. And with this Liberator, like, there's not really much ArT can do except forfeit his main base. But he's already forfeited his natural, so there's not really much else they left to forfeit, right? And is this Immortal gonna spawn on the right side? I don't think it can. Oh, it just barely does. Alright, there's 2 Immortals and 3 Stalkers. 2 Immortals, 4 Stalkers, and like a Zealot or so. He can still do this. It's doable. He can kill this, but the Marines are just gonna play like bodyguards to these siege tanks. And the War Prism is never gonna be allowed to get on top of this, ideally. And yeah, he's just doing this so well. Future gonna take down this Nexus as well. The War Prism then got a little bit low. Needs to make his mind up. Gonna go ahead and drop on down now. The War Prism goes down. He's gonna go and start focusing down the tanks. He tries to push on in, but he's attacking the bunker, and with all the repairs going down, it's not gonna work. GG is called, and Future now is set onto game point against his opponent ArT. That early aggression really working out for him. Honestly, this is one of those builds that you can actually try again because the type of response it takes is so specific. I mean, honestly, if someone does that to you, you gotta make sure they don't set up. Like, as soon as they set up, the game can be pretty much declared like a wash for you. Like, it's over, right? So you get that. As soon as you know what's happening, you try and get those Immortals. If you're not going for Immortals, you try and get Oracles out. Oracles because they can kill the Marines supporting it pretty easily with your ground army, and then your ground army can just clean up the siege tank. It's also faster. And if you can't, if you can't hold the natural, then you have to 100% hold the main. You know, try and sneak out a probe through that Warp Prism if you can. Throw down another Nexus somewhere else, and you know, get some units on their side of the map to try and drag some of their army back too. But it's really hard. It's a very complex build to try and hold, and I do not blame ArT in the slightest for falling to that. Anyways. Before we start our next match, folks, internet connection issue. Your mama was an internal error. There you go. Can we connect? Yes, we can. Alright, we are now at an A. Folks, before we join on into what can potentially be our last game of the series, one sec. Do something. Alright, before we join into what could be the last game of the series, I want to show you guys a quick advertisement from our amazing sponsors, 24-Hour Fitness, detailing all the amazing, beautiful things that can happen to you if you do decide to take control of your body, your life, your way. So, without further ado, here's our ad, and as soon as we come back, we'll be ready to rock now with some amazing StarCraft.
Now places here to rest, filling the holes of my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get, no one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get, go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
Wow, wasn't that inspiring? Don't you guys want to be like Amy? Go ahead and head over to Matcherino, do the sponsorship quest, get that 7-day pass, and get active. So, as soon as you're done doing that, don't forget to come back over here because we are ready to load on up into year 0. Oh, year 0. I mean, I like it personally. I don't know why everyone vetoes it. Okay, that's kind of a lie. I know why everyone vetoes it, but still, it's a super fun map. It's a super duper fun map. And I don't think it deserves all the hate that it gets. You know? Don't let the haters get you down to 0. I think you're an amazing map. Anyways, let's go ahead and introduce our amazing players who are spawning on this amazing map. Future says, Singapore? We're in Singapore? Oh, sushi. Sushi. Womp womp. Sushi's in Singapore for those of you guys who don't know. Oh wait, is he in Singapore? He's somewhere near that Singaporean area, I feel. Alright, we'll try this one again. No more Singapore server, please. Alright, sorry for the delay, folks. We're gonna get that map up running and rocking and rolling as soon as we can. Drink some water real quick. Okay. Ooh, that feels a lot better. It's amazing what a little bit of water can do for your throat. So just really quickly setting up things on the next lobby. I can't be in the chat because I have that weird little channel glitch, so but I'm sure they're doing great work. I'm sure they're getting rocking and rolling onto it right away. I don't know why I'm yawning. I got some amazing sleep last night. I had a dream about freaking like this rotisserie candy table, and this girl and I were like eating candy off of it, like trying to figure out what we wanted. We eventually settled on this really horrible looking powdered donut, and it was like a sloppy, gloppy, greasy donut too. Well, it wasn't greasy, it just had that, like, you know, that sad oil logged, you know, powdered sugar donut look to it. But we ate it anyways, and that was okay. And we had to like sneakily like hold hands versus not hold hands whenever someone else would come in the room. But now is not the time to psychoanalyze Swagar's subconscious. Now it's the time to physically analyze Swagar's main conscious thoughts that he's saying at you right now. Spawning the top of 10 position of year 0, representing Alpha X. It is the pink Protoss player, has to win every single game from here on out. It is ArT. And his opponent spawning the top right hand position of year 0, representing Infinity Gaming. He's got one more game to go, folks. Give it up for the Yellow Terran player, Future. Oh, I thought this was Future's SCV for a second. I was like, no, Future. You don't gotta do him dirty like that. You don't gotta do that, but it looks as though he's not gonna do that, so that's good. Future opening up how he's opened up pretty much every other game. Rex, Gas, probably not gonna be seeing that Reaper. So for all of you fans out there who want to go ahead and take on Future in the future, just know that you can probably get away with some DT shenanigans without Future really being any the wiser. Maybe. And oh, actually, ArT's gonna go ahead and do a little bit of damage to that probe over there. You know what I like? Oh shoot, freaking Potato Pleb told me this when I was casting with him. He caught it like a Nyong or a Nyong or something like that, where like a probe just like goes out over there and like zaps every single SCV just once. So when an Oracle can like come back in, it'll just immediately like two-shot every single SCV. And I thought that was the most hilarious thing. Thank you, Sushi. Forgot the map score there for Future for a sec. But yeah, it was just the silliest thing I've ever heard. Just like zap, 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 and then you come in with your 2 oracles. Like, it's one of those strategies that you think of, like, oh my gosh, to be a better player, this is what I'm gonna be doing. But you never do it. Like, even when you think about it in a real match, you're like, nah, he'll probably just heal them all up, and then you go home with your probe. But it doesn't even matter, because like, why would you can still dream, you can still hope. Future. Oh my god, what a Future. You saw both pylons, you saw the core finish. I mean, oh, that was kind of schnitzely. He didn't go ahead and, want to get in there to try and scout more. A little unfortunate there, but that's because he wants to throw down the Stargate here. Now, doesn't he? Now doesn't he? Use basic, Future. Use basic AF. Anyways, if he would have gone just like 2 centimeters further into the main base of ArT, then maybe Future would have seen that there is a Stargate on the way. And where do Stargates generally rally their units? That way. And if they're coming that way, then they're gonna come, kiss Amon for good luck, and scout out your Stargate. Now, probably ArT's gonna go ahead and bank up these Phoenixes, so it actually maybe. Oh, never mind. Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be so painful. Future going back to his oldie but goodie build, but immediately gets scouted like a mofo. And honestly, all ArT has to do now is like patrol a couple of Phoenixes over here, and nothing from that Starpick will ever hurt him in his entire life. He's walling off at the natural 2. Future. Future shenanigans not really working out against ArT, and this is why we do the best of 9, folks. These players really have time to understand each other. And yeah, I mean, if I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what Future does. I mean, he's trying to make a Liberator, which I definitely don't agree with. That Liberator is just going to get immediately killed by the Phoenixes. He'd be lucky to get a probe, in my opinion. And Future, meanwhile, is going to go in and have to eat that early pain. And look, he's even supply blocked for a little bit. But he's still super supply blocked. He's at 52 out of 54 supply. It's just on another depot, but still slowing down a little bit. He's gonna go ahead and lift the stopper on home, and ooh, ArT wasn't on top of that, so actually he's gonna go ahead and okay, so Future's gonna go in and try and bust down this wall. Adams go ahead and get killed, and he's gonna go in, zoom on in, but he's so indecisive. Oh, that is extremely indecisive. I mean, I didn't like it. He knew he was gonna lose the freaking Hellions anyways. I don't know. I think he should have taken the opportunity to get in. Now he wants to get in, but the opportunity is gone. And unfortunately, Future's early harassment will do pretty much nothing. 8 probes? What the hell? Oh my god. Okay, so the Liberator got in, got 8 probes, get out. Alright, so that's pretty good. And he gets home with the Starport too, so that's also pretty good. So it wasn't all for nothing for Future, but ArT, you know, definitely not hurting too bad. 8 probes for 4 Hellions and a Liberator. Gotta be feeling at least a little okay about that. Like, obviously you would have loved to lose nothing. Obviously you would have liked to catch that Liberator a little bit earlier, but it's fine. You still got these Phoenixes too, which are going to cause a lot of stress to Future, without a doubt. And honestly, I think if he kept on making Phoenixes, he would have an amazing transition to Phoenix to Colossus. Doesn't look to be the case, or what he wants to be doing. But still, the Phoenixes are going to be able to insert a lot of map reps over here, a lot of map dominance, and look at this, just picking up units, oh, here and there. Gonna go ahead and take out a Phoenix there, but Phoenix is still finding good damage, doing the work of the Terran. And no 3rd CC for Future just yet. Look at this, he's up to 3 racks, he's got his factory and starport down, so look as though he wants to make some sort of grandiose push onto that 3rd base location, if I were to guess. Future actually is hovering. Actually, he actually is floating so many minerals. I'm kind of wondering why he doesn't just throw down CC to begin with. Oh, because of this, right? His production. All right, Phoenix is gonna go and swoop over into the main mineral line, and not a single mine. He has 4 mines, and there's only. Oh, Future. Oh, ArT playing with so much fire there. But the workers kill count is now evened on out pretty nicely, so Future obviously hurting a little bit, not too much though, not too badly. Phoenix is going to go ahead and scut the move on out as well. Future going to go ahead and just spur a couple of mines there, nervously. Should probably pick those back up. Come on. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, I think he thinks the Phoenix is going to like scoop around and try and pick off reinforcements, and when he does that, the mines are going to explode. Unfortunately, the observer for ArT is going to scout those mines there, and he's probably just going to go ahead and pick them up, if I'm being honest. Oh, they also act as like a path for the freaking medevacs. That is so cute. I think that's super cute. So kawaii. Let's see what ArT has to defend against this. Honestly, it's pretty good. He's got a Colossus out, some Phoenixes. He has, well, he doesn't have Glaives quite on the way, and he actually has a astonishing amount of adepts here, so I'm not quite a huge fan of this push. But let's see what he can make happen. Actually, the Colossus is a little bit exposed. Future now getting on top of everything. There's nothing here to stop the bio. I think ArT got a little over eager. I mean, all the bio is going to go down, but god damn. That is a heartbreaker. If you, that's a heartbreaker. Okay. But yeah, that sucks. Yeah, losing 2 Colossus to that push is almost as bad as losing third base, you know? Your Colossus kind of reset. The Terran player is not just gonna, he's just gonna get his units back up and push him like one more time. And like Futures, he's not slowing down. He's still got his units. Oh, 2 Phoenix. Oh, Medivacs exposed. Gonna go ahead and probably lose maybe 1. Not really. Okay, never mind. He's okay. All right. Lots of Marauders being produced off of these these bases though. I would love to see more Marines actually. If you go too Marauder heavy, it can just be kind of like you don't have enough stuff and then some charge routes during your day. However, it's going to be Glaive Adepts coming out for ArT, which is really strange, because he didn't get any other thing out of the Twilight except for Glaive Adepts right away. Which, I don't know, I feel like if you're going to go Glaive Adepts, you're going to open up with them earlier on. Like, early on enough so that when that push from Future would come, you'd already have Glaives, you know? But yeah, ArT can't really think about that right now. He would have had, imagine having 4 Colossus. That's okay though. He's got 2 Colossus, still a very respectable amount. Still pretty even on the army supply too, and I don't know, Future's looking to be a little bit rough here as far as trying to push this. I mean, he has no 3rd CC in sight, not at all. And he has to push down this ramp too. That's gonna obviously suck. Gonna go and siege up here. I think he wants to try and fight this, but then now there's like disruptors mixed on in too. The thermal lance is done. The disruptor is gonna go ahead and make that siege tank get a little bit low. Okay, guys, these 2 Vikings are gonna be the most useless Vikings you've seen in your life. Like, honestly, these should have been Liberators. Like, these Vikings are gonna do well. Actually, there's not really any Stalkers, but by the time they kill the Colossus, it's gonna be over. And here we go. Future's gonna go ahead and stay on top of this army, but there's a lot of health here in these Adepts. He's fighting outside of tank range. Future's gonna see if he can do something here, but now ArT's army supply is just ginormous, like warping that of Future. GG is begins the comeback, getting another game on the board. Yeah, I mean, that was just a little bit rough there from Future. I feel like if you just, I don't know, because he got 2 Colossus in the first push, but I'm having trouble understanding, you know, after this first push, why he couldn't capitalize that much on the follow-up. Maybe his economy just wasn't there. Resource collection, yeah, that was a little bit, you know, when the purchase is matching you that much and he already has his 3rd base, I mean, it's gonna be hard, right? It's gonna be hard to try and get that big old, you know, towering army over him again. So definitely a good game there from ArT. Future hopefully reconsiders his proxy shenanigans. Imagine if that SCV went a little bit farther up north. If it just went that much farther up north, he would have scouted the Stargate. Maybe proxy the starport a little bit differently, or maybe not even proxy the starport at all. Won the game. And then Kim Kardashian would be president in like 2022, or like something crazy, some crazy shit like that. I don't know, but yeah, I can't help but think like, what would happen if the SCP just scouted that Stargate, man? I have no idea. Butterfly effect. Oh, come on, Blizzard Services, you can do it. You can do it. Let me try this. Oh. Here we go. Is Blizzard down? I'm gonna ask Sushi here. What is going on? Alright, I'm gonna try and just restart Blizzard here. Get in the EU server. Ah, what is happening? Come on, Blizz. What are you doing? We have some StarCraft to play. Here we go. Let's try this going on Americas. See if it works on America. The American server. Okay. Looks as though that's working. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna whisper sushi here. EU down. It took. Okay, so apparently it took him a few tries. I'm still trying to get in. I feel like there's like a bouncer or something on the EU server. It's weird. Alright, we'll just wait. We're just gonna go ahead and give the horrible spinning wheel of death thing some time to do its horrible spinning wheel of death stuff. Hopefully by the time it's over we'll be able to... No, never mind. Yeah. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be doing this on NA, I hope. EU is acting really, really strange. Probably Hearthstone, like, spilled some beer on a server somewhere and now no one can play StarCraft. So, we're going to go ahead, load up on the Americas, and hopefully we can just do this over there. Alright. Looks as though we're just waiting on this. We're going to try EU a couple more times. Hopefully we can get this rock and rolling pretty soon. I'm still trying. This is going to be my 5th attempt here, so that's fingers and toes crossed. No, it's not working for me. So we're just gonna go back to Americas. Alright, so we're back to NA. We're gonna do it on NA. We got to start rock and rolling. Hopefully we can load up game number 8 without too much of a hitch pretty soon. Yay! Alright, we're gonna do this on NA. Kairos Junction is gonna be the map of choice for our friend Future. He did do pretty well last time we did see him here, so hopefully we can see the same thing repeated if you are a Future fan. If you're an ArT fan though, hopefully ArT can just kind of steamroll through Future. It's a nice aggressive map for playing Stalkers, I feel. It's an amazing playing Stalker map. There's just so much space. It's almost like straight retreatable space for the Stalkers to just pick stuff up as they just retreat across the map. But before we can do that, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the bottom right hand position of Kairos Junction, representing Infinity Gaming, it is a yellow Terran player, Future, whose SCVs look like a banana bakery, and his opponent spawning in the top left hand position of Kairos Junction, representing Alpha X. Give it up for the one, the only, the pink Protoss, ArT, who has 2 games to go if he wants to win this series. Can't lose a single game from here on out, but a lot more manageable to not lose a single game from 3-4 than when you're trying to not lose a single game from 2-4. When you win that one game, you kind of feel the momentum going, you kind of feel like you're figuring your opponent out, you want to try and do a couple of things. And honestly, this series, it's been ArT that's been adapting to Future. It hasn't really been Future adapting to ArT, is what it feels like, you know. So, you know, I'm definitely super excited for this. If you're an ArT fan, there's definitely still some hope. I mean, if Future can try and get a little bit of a better read on ArT, that would be ideal. But we're gonna have to wait and see how that works out. Again, if ArT were to open up with Swing Stalkers, I would love this. Especially if I try and put on a little bit more pressure than usual. Because again, Stalkers can just catch you all the way back to their natural base. It's so good. It's so good here, you guys. It's so good. Then again, if he wants to go for Phoenix Colossus, that wouldn't be too horrible too. We saw him go for Phoenix, we saw him go for Colossus, but we haven't quite seen Phoenix Colossus as of yet. Future again gonna open up with that Marine, does not like that Reaper scouting. He just says, why would I waste 50 gas on a scout when I can just kill my opponent and not scout them? To which I spawned, I really don't know. Gonna go ahead and get that reactor on that barracks before the factory. That's a little strange, but kind of signifies to me he wants to do something maybe a little aggressive, and yeah, he's gonna throw down 2 racks before the factory. So guys, I think we may be seeing a 2-1-1 push. Nope, we're just gonna see a giant bio push. Future very eager to just end this match, end this game, like end this series as soon as he possibly can. This nerd wants his money. So 3 racks openings from Terrans, especially when they're not going for 3 CCs, of course, can be very hit and miss. On the plus side, you just have an insane amount of bio insanely early on. On the other hand, if a couple Stalkers make their way across the map and see what you're doing, oh my god, you're gonna be like the saddest person ever trying to kite back with no stem. But he does have a good start to this. 3 Marines are gonna be able to catch this Adept, and he's not gonna get it quite. Yeah, Adepts are faster than Marines. And look at that, literally 1 shot. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Alright, Mule gonna go ahead and get sent back into home. ArT throwing out the question mark like, oh, you sure you meant to do that, buddy? Oh, that's a little bit strange. +1 attack, and Stim is gonna go and be researched now. So, again, there's gonna be a lot of units out for ArT. But the main problem is that, like I said, you know, Blink Stalker is very good on this map, and ArT is indeed getting Blink Stalkers, but he's going for a robo before additional gateways. That means he's not gonna move across the map. He wants to be defensive with these Stalkers, so not going to be able to find too much damage. Unfortunately, not going to be able to slow down the push. And this is something I really don't like. I mean, honestly, what is... Yeah, okay, so it's going to come back home. Because I was going to say, like, what are 7 Marines going to do? Like, with 7 Marines unupgraded, what are they really going to do, realistically, at this stage in the game? So, moving him back, that's okay. I think he's just trying to cut off this Adept. He really doesn't like it. I don't know. The Adept sees, again, more. He just sees more and more Marines. And we should be seeing... Oh, if you can keep those secret, that'd be fine, but not gonna happen. No real shield battery at the naturally speak of. I don't think ArT really caught on to how much bio there actually is. And yeah, they're gonna go and start moving out across the map now. Nasty supply block. Wow, 2 depots going down at the same time. Hopefully Stim finishes by the time these units can move across the map. Blink is done, and now an observer is moving out, and ArT is taking the 3rd. So obviously, again, ArT still super naive, doesn't really know what's going on this game so far. It is a decent amount of Marines, but 16 Marines you know, with Stim and Press 1 can do something, but he's really taking his time. Why is Future going there? Oh, he just wants to scout out the third. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess you don't really necessarily want to go full balls to the wall, kill the natural, but he's letting ArT buy so much time for himself. Why he was doing that, I'm not really super certain. Buying time for Stim and combat shields. Okay. But I mean, at this point in the game, it's a little bit much, right? I mean, look at how much ArT has. Like, he has his Grim Stalkers. That's enough to fend off Marines. Fortunately for these Marines, they do find the Stalkers out of position, and the natural base does end up going on down. And these units are stemmed. They can't heal themselves back up. There's not a single medevac on the map. So has to be very careful with his stems. Actually, maybe he should have only stemmed half these units there. I don't know. It just didn't seem like the super correct thing to do. ArT is going to go ahead and catch a couple of units coming across the map. Meanwhile, the Bio on the opposite side of the map finds these sentries, focuses them on down, and should probably get this pylon too. Going to jump on top of the units that are warping on in, and oh no, this is starting to fall apart pretty fast for ArT. ArT has just been out of position. He's been trying to slow the push down, but the push is already there. All the units super low, but already half of his workers are dead. And the bio is not even finished yet. He's going to move on to the main base, get even more probes. Start to trade himself out against these stalkers as well. Exactly what you want to be seeing from this kind of push if you are Future. And I think that is going to be it for our Future. May have done it. I think he may have won his share of $65 and... nope, $66. Some amazing soul there. Donated 50 extra cents. GG is called. And folks, Future is your champion. Whew, quite the explosive way to go ahead and finish the series, but we can see a Future. For future reference, very aggressive Terran, very in your face, very, very, very aggressive Terran. So, good play there from ArT though, can't really blame him, but man, that was just an unfortunate freaking position for him. He just out of position. Not only did the units stem in and kill the third, they also then stemmed in and killed the sentries, killed the natural. I feel like if he were sitting at home, he would have been able to hold it, but he just didn't know what the bio was, and that was that. Anyways, congratulations to our victor, our champion Future. We'll be getting, let's see, $52.80. His opponent, for being a good sport, is going to get $13.20 for a grand total of $66 prize pool. Thank you to everyone who was tuning on in. We really do appreciate every single one of you viewers. If you did enjoy the stream, please consider giving us an up, a follow, a star balloon, a sticker, or really anything that really helps the stuff on the Freaka. You guys know it more than me. Just do all that good stuff, would ya? Alright, cool. I gotta go for a quick jog, and then we're gonna go do some errands, but till then, you guys, it's been a pleasure. My name is Mr789, aka... where is it? Aka Swagger. Well, let me try that again. Swagger. And I will go ahead and see you guys later. Peace.